So if you're watching and just got back into this, thank you so much for coming around. Sorry for about the 17-minute delay today. If you're watching the video later, technical difficulties once again. I'm not trying to make a trend of this. I really did not understand why we didn't have chat going until I figured out that it's because I selected because it's for kids as well. And it's not for kids, but you got to choose between the two of them. And I did not know that. And apparently before, the other days, whenever I was doing the chatting, that I had selected that it wasn't, and just went through the motions. And today I accidentally clicked the wrong one. And so now we're here today. I'm not going to make a trend of that. So do not worry. That is just error. That's not at all something that I normally do or have done. We're just having a little bit of technical errors. I'm getting back into this after like 5 years of not, and I'm, shaking the cobwebs a bit. So bear with me, at least for today. Next Monday, we should never have any of these issues. I do see that we're having an issue with the overlay. For some odd reason, the title is cut off. Yeah, everything else is good, but the title is cut off. So it must have been something wrong with the error. An error has occurred with the file. So I'll get that fixed during stream. But welcome back. If you're watching this later, forget the other posts of going live. I do want to clean that up a bit. Let me refresh. Can I delete those other ones? Yeah. It's really sad because we didn't get to have like okay, so how do I delete those? Do I have to go to the studio? Another thing I have to kind of like sit there and walk through, apparently. Lives. Okay. Now live. These two can go and be deleted. How do I... I understand. Go ahead and we'll just keep that one so everybody knows. That was silly though. All of that was relatively silly and unnecessary. Okay, let me see what we're looking at live. If you are in the chat, say hey, how are you doing and everything like that. Let me know that you're there. I know we only have, per what YouTube is telling me, we only have like one person watching at the moment, but that's okay. One person's better than no people. And we'll get back to rolling into the actual content or what you came here for. Now that we can fix that. And we got a lot actually to talk about in the next 3 hours, or 2.5 now. Lots of big things actually happened this week. We had just reading an explanation on why everything went wrong from my AI chat. By the way, I prompted it, it reviewed everything, and it told me why things went wrong, and yeah, total human error. And I definitely have points here bulleted on how to improve next time so that we don't have that issue. So it is appreciative. I like using these new AI agents. They're fantastic in trying to get my head straight and getting in the right direction, especially when we're live on stream. But yeah, some things that happened this week. Huge TikTok blow up with Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet. He was at the his basketball the Knicks game. He was at the Knicks game that we're playing against my Cavaliers, and there was a post, and she commented "Daddy," and that blew up everywhere for this week. Reminding everybody who's her man, and showing that really the new look and the way Chalamet is presenting himself. I think also a lot of things are going on. I also think their relationship is great. That's a heck of a great public celebrity relationship that's going on. If you don't agree with me, please put in the comments down below or here in the chat and let me know what you think about them. If you're new to the channel and you're new to this episode, this weekly thing that we do twice a week, Mondays and Fridays. This is Yumi and Mr. Coffee. Basically what we do is we come here, sip on some really good coffee like the one I have here, and I definitely need more of, and pretty much start the day and try to eat up some of your morning as we're getting into well, it being Friday, getting into the weekend. Try to eat up some of your work hours, or try to eat up that traffic drive and getting us a little bit closer to relaxing for the weekend. I know it's been a pretty challenging week for me this week, especially with technical difficulties with streams, as you just experienced, but also trying to build out for reaching out for our content. We have a seed funding that's going on, a fundraiser that's going on, and I'll post the website here. On the home page. I actually was on another page just kind of reviewing it, making sure that we can get some new content that's on the website. I'm working constantly on the website. I'm working for a better Discord experience, and we have this all revealing itself on the 28th. On the 28th of May this month, this year, this great celebration of the year, we are trying to get CyberAddict Studio operational before May 1st. And what I mean by that is there's some hardware things that we need to get pulled into here. We need some securance of the IPs that are going out. They're already secured, but they just need long-term beefiness and so forth like that. I could really use the help. I've kind of hit financial brick walls moving forward and trying to get all of this started. And really, if you could go to that site, if you could support in any way, even just spreading the word to anybody that you know and saying, hey, there's this guy I know, he's got a great show, or it's climbing to a great show, and his studio could use some help here. Donate. If you just want to donate for the show, period, for good cups of coffee, I really want to get into a place where we can get sponsorships for this show, and have a coffee of the day that's with our sponsor. So if you're definitely an owner of a coffee company and you're watching this, hey, what's up? Let's talk. Definitely would like to do that. I want to reach also out to the veteran, and not just the military veteran, but the firefighter veteran coffee companies that are out there. There's a couple of them. I'm going to try within the next couple of weeks to try to reach out to them and say, hey, I've got the show coming around. It's going to be great. I'm starting off strong. Let me know what you guys think about that. Really would like to see if we can start advertising some of them on our channel as we grow and continue to grow as a pretty much of a staple brand that we like to go with. A couple of UI changes. I have right now the AI looking at the HTML. I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to reprompt it because it did not actually. And also, let me know what you guys think of the music that's in the background right now. I know I can't hear it at the present moment because I haven't transitioned from my large headphones to the Tozo that I have to put in my ears, but I'll get around to that in a second. That's going to cause a little break in the music and transitioning a few things, but we'll get to that in a second. So we'll try to get that up and running and going. I do have a few agents, AI agents, that I have running while I do live streams that kind of feed me information and feed me updates on things and be able to make changes on the fly. So if you have any suggestions, or if you have any ideas, or if I see something in chat, you'll see that maybe some of the scenes will change specifically for those reasons. So, I mean, at least it should be able to do well having these AIs and help kind of like boost what we're doing here in chat. Again, if you're new to the channel, if you're coming here and just joining us, we had a little bit of technical difficulties in the very beginning, but we're having our cup of coffee right here. I've chugged down a lot of this coffee, and I may have to get another cup because that was a pretty stressful start. But you know, it was really good coffee, so the machine did well this time around. If you are here and you just joined us, don't hesitate. Please reach into that chat. Even if you have never chatted in a chat before, go ahead and start chatting. Let's get this. Let's get something rolling here soon. I'm just checking real quick on a few items here. Gotta do a little so definitely fixed. It looks great. I like it. We're just gonna see a little shift of the card up on the top, and that's about it for that. Gotta like it. Gotta like. I mean, look at that. Pronto. AI is getting so good. I'm really happy to have AI part of the project and so forth. Although it did move the info card down. What do you guys think about it? It looks kind of nice. Maybe we'll get like a bigger card above. Maybe we can prompt it to do that. Maybe make that quote card and so forth a bit bigger. Definitely need to see some of these side things also bigger. There are a couple of new things that I would like to try with that. Pretty much this week has been about changing. If you see an older video and then watch this now, you'll see that there has been kind of some changes happening all the way around. I've been keeping where we're sitting here, the cam overlay, keeping that pretty consistent. That's really been a real help, and trying to keep everything clean as well, and getting us started into this. But as far as the development for the stream goes, which has been what this last Monday and this Friday and this next upcoming Monday will be the final, hey, that's it, this is what You, Me, and Mr. Coffee is going to be like for a couple. Also, we have this cool thing. I want you guys to keep an eye on that segment right there with the 3 coffee cups, because that one is it's supposed to be there as like after the hour switches. So when the next hour comes up, one of those coffee cups should go missing. I'm hoping. As you can see, it says 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Brew countdown. I really would like to see if that works. That'll be kind of exciting. That's one of the big things that I kind of struggled with the AI a bit and trying to create, and we'll see, and we'll have fun with it. I am also a independent streamer. I do not have any human assistance. A lot of people have like editors, or they have engineers, even have some people feeding them, like PR people feeding them information. I unfortunately do not have anything like that at the present moment, so a lot of this stuff is impromptu and in the motion, and using AI to kind of help that and facilitate that. But once our studio comes together, like I said, if you can kind of come along and join the fun and see how this all evolves over time, I think is going to become something great. Especially like as the stream goes along, I think these info cards are going to start changing, but we'll see. I'm already at the end of that cup, but we can. I'm gonna put a little bit of water in this cup to kind of like let that stretch out because it was pretty concentrated. Get a little bit more out of that cup of coffee, and never can not hydrate. Definitely always keep a water nearby, especially if I like really have a high concentrated coffee. I mean, I have to have a water to mellow me out. Yeah, there we go. Okay. A couple other things to talk about this week. Let me draw this and pull this up. Oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and get out of the way. Some of this tech stuff. Let me go ahead and pull out this and get my ears on and get this all switched out. You're gonna hear the sound for a second. So let me go ahead and mute the music and mute me. We'll be back in just a second. Okay, so that's transitioned. Well, let's get the music back going. Okay, so the music should be back now. Yeah, sounds good. Okay. I do want to switch the music up though. Is it looping on itself or is it new music? Has it been looping on itself? I don't think it has been. Is it? Let's switch it up. On the correct one. Pausing it here. That had been looping on itself. Let's go back to the scene. Yeah, should be good. Okay, let's. Now, let's do this. Get that going for a little bit, and then we'll switch it up to a more contemporary sound. We'll also transition into some of what I've been working on. Oh. No. That was the wrong song. Let's do it with this one. Okay. What are the songs? That's not the actual songs. What's going on, Suno? Actually, you know what we could do? We could... Oh, this is the song that I was wanting to play. That seems better. Yeah, there we go. I have like so many right now listed that I've done on Suno that for lo-fi that I kind of just misplaced this one. Let me know what you guys think about this song too, like this music, if you like it, if you like the feel, the vibe. I definitely want to try to create, I want to create some fusions of lo-fi that are not just like hip hop. Actually, let's try to see what it comes up with Suno. If we prompt it to do, lo-fi. Rock style with medium drops and good builds. It's prompted easy. Let's see what that comes up with. Something with rock theme to it. I think we get into this like hip hop bounce, and I kind of want to try something new. I kind of want to try something with a little bit of a rock feel to it. Hopefully you guys feel the same way. If you guys have any ideas of a prompt to put into Suno and get some music going, I am happy to do it. And with it being Suno, it is copyrighted by me. It is my material, and yeah, I can't be muted for it. So. And if it is, YouTube would get hit hard for being oopsies. If you're just joining the channel, if you're just joining the show, welcome. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming by, stopping by. Appreciate it. We're going to be able to melt some of our day together. You know what? I cannot wait for the day that the government will actually protect the American citizens from foreign scammers. I mean, can we have our tax dollars? Can we have like $1 billion tax dollars go towards like holding countries accountable for their citizens scamming our country, like trying to like reach people into our country to scam them? Because it's like, if we hold them accountable and say that it's their fault because they're not cracking down, and then fine them, and then have that as a tax break for us, like, I don't know. I don't like to throw out a political thing in our shows, because it just can go into places that I don't want to go. This is meant to entertain, but man, I could really do with not having 50 scam messages and calls throughout the day. That's killing my, like I almost have to scroll through it like I doom scroll YouTube sometimes. It's crazy. It's never fun. Oh, yesterday had a great day. Awesome morning with a few, active changes inside of the community, and really worked a solid couple of hours with getting some of the lore for the Outer Exodus project going on, because there is a bit of some stuff that I'm trying to accomplish with the open narrative. Open narrative meaning that like the overall arcing narrative that's going on in Lineage and moving forward and progressing forward. And so like I had some fun kind of brainstorming and like trying to create different characters, different unique characters that can help facilitate story as we keep going forward in the development of the video game, the comics, and so forth like that. It was really fun session. I spent about 4 hours in the morning doing that while I'm simultaneously doing a lot of other different stuff. But it was fun. I had a great time, and then I went on to having a dental appointment, and then came back and had a great time hanging out with somebody here, I wouldn't say a colleague, but somebody that I respect here inside the center that I'm in, and was able to eat some Chick-fil-A and enjoy like chatting about his successes and moving forward and what he's getting, and he's basically openly you know communicating what his business is doing, and it was really great to hear his business thriving. So it was one of those fantastic parties. I have to put it to the office that I work in, the center that I work in. There's so many good people and so many good intentions all the way around that makes the time here worthwhile and fun. If you are here and a lot of other idle minds at the moment that could be watching us, please tell them to come and join us. Have a cup of coffee, sip on a cup of coffee. We're almost down in the first hour. A lot of it having to do with getting some of the technical difficulties worked through. I assure you that we'll get it. We'll have Monday. That stream, start to finish, not one technical difficulties. Knock on wood, hopefully. And getting around to that. And we got a couple of things that happened this week. I do want to try to get one thing out of the way. I'm going to also raise up, if my voice sounds a bit off, I'm going to raise up my voice a little bit over the music. It seems like on my equalizer that the music is just like equal with my voice, which is never good. Let me know if you see, or if you would like for any changes on that. But I think, all in seriousness, something big happened also. I think it was yesterday or the day before, in the racing world. Kyle Busch, man, lost a great there, 41, and he passed away. Like, and that hits me different because I'm 39, and I feel like my health isn't good. Is good, but I mean, he's an athlete. He's, like, man, those things can just happen out of nowhere. Got to make the best of every moment. Like he said, he's been making the best out of every moment that he can, and he did that he could, and he did, and that's really a lot to go by, I think, in life. So I'm definitely taking that into my chapters moving forward, is to ensure that I'm living life as the best as I can, and hopefully with family in the near future that I can be spending that time with my actual family and so forth. I just paused the music. As I tapped my ear. I didn't know that was going to do it. I thought I clicked something, but I was like, nah, I touched my ear is what happened. Also, as you can see down below, I don't have like a lot of graphics or anything like that that's going on. That's going to be what I'm going to be working on during the weekend. Kick is where you're going to see some of that tomorrow. I will be releasing all the Kick graphics on Kick today and tomorrow before the live stream, before we're gaming. We're going to be doing some Star Citizen, hopefully, but if Star Citizen fails, we'll be moving into a couple other sci-fi games that I've been playing and having that part of the stream. If at all, we'll probably resort back to something pretty easy to play that has some popularity going on. But, you know, we'll get around to that. If you'd like to also follow me on Kick, Kick, that you can see that down below. I also have an X account, and I have a Instagram. The Instagram is going to be kicking in full screen. Full screen. Yeah, it's full stream. Steam next week. Full Steam next week. We're going to have a lot of content that's going to be dropping, some videos that are going to be dropping that's a little bit organized. We're going to be doing some recordings during this weekend when I can find some time that I'm not working on the Outer Exodus project, and try to get some more entertainment towards your guys' direction, because that's what you come here for, is to be entertained and try to melt some of the days away. Yumi and Mr. Coffee is definitely going to be one show that YouTube is going to be traditional on, or it's going to be on traditionally, but I hope to have some video posting on Kick, so you could be able to catch it there as well if you just want to keep one location entirely, so you'll be able to see that. But vice versa, the Kick shows are going to appear inside of our video format here on YouTube. A couple other things that are going to coming out on this channel here on YouTube is the Smoke Pit, which is going to be later in the summer, or as we're trailing into the fall. I'm going to be looking for casting members. That's going to be like a podcast, live broadcast on YouTube, but it's going to be a podcast that's going to be on Spotify. And we're building out, I'm building out that as well, trying to build out that as a product on Spotify, and trying to also get some Spotify, some sponsorships along with that. So that's going to be another thing that I'm going to be working on this summer, but it's going to be great. It's going to be a veteran focused perspective. So it's meant to entertain people who are not veterans, but by letting in and opening up the door of a veteran view, an adult, not that kind of adult, but more of a mature adult, that's really hard to say, a grown-up's point of view that is a veteran. We have different politics than everybody else. Like a lot of people don't understand that there is a veteran perspective that is not like Republican, not conservative, not liberal, not Democrat. It's its own mindset, completely separate from these individuals. Can have some kind of influence from these different places, but honestly, veterans agree. Like, for the most part, most veterans can agree. Depending on what branch of service you were in, there can be some alterations, but like Marines will agree with Marines, and soldiers will, you know, agree with soldiers, sailors, so forth and on. So like there's this veterans perspective that I want to provide, and that's on the new show that's going to be coming out summertime, or late summer into the autumn months, called The Smoke Pit. So we'll get into that kind of enjoyment. There's going to be a few more things that I'm going to try to present here on YouTube that it's not just specifically Yumi and Mr. Coffee. I think that I can probably fit in a few other things here, but they're not going to be live. The only live show that I'm going to be doing here on YouTube for the present moment is going to be Yumi and Mr. Coffee. Everything else is going to be pre-recorded stuff. So that's just to kind of help me manage my time a little bit better. And hopefully, maybe in the near future, we'll be able to kind of build out a studio channel that is specifically CAS, or Cyber Addict Studios, and you'll be able to not just see me, but we could probably get a few other influencers involved as well, and which would be kind of pretty cool. I'm getting screamed at by the AI at the present moment. My Sterling, if you're in the Discord and you're like, you'll see posts. Sterling is one of my AI agents that I really enjoy having. It's got some hiccups going on, and I'm correcting it as it goes along. But Sterling is like my PR agent, AI agent that I feed all the PR ideas through and keep it PR organized. So like all my social media and everything like that, postings for social media and such like that, is most likely going to be coming through that Sterling. So you'll probably see in the Discords, especially, hey, it's Sterling and info going on. But most of my agents, whenever something is posted, and especially like online on the webpage, soon in the membership area on the website, and as well as like for Discord, they'll make their presence known of which one's which. And Sterling is pretty much the PR person. But another one is like Angie. Angie's like my personal assistant and kind of like the overseer of how all the operations going, and kind of keeps me organized on, you know, prompting and how to kind of like communicate with the other AI agents, so that I'm keeping that, you know, awareness ahead of time. But you know, that's some of the things that I do when using AI as a tool and function with me, and kind of keeping a human element along with it, but not entirely replacing human interaction, just using them as a tool to conference with, to keep me paced and keep me going. But again, had prompted me and said, hey, you know, I want to talk about some of the topics that you were intending to talk about this time. And since we're transitioning over into the next hour, and we may see one of those coffee cup, oops, wrong side, one of these coffee cups go missing, and I'm excited to kind of see that. I really want to see that. I really do want to see that happen. If it doesn't happen, oh well, it's fine. Let's go little times down below. And we will possibly get a new cup of coffee before we roll into too much. But it's a couple of things to talk about is in this hour is, you know, the week that was with movies and TV. Last weekend we had the season finale of SNL for this past season, and we had Will Ferrell, who was the host, and we had also Paul McCartney live, which was great, and they surprised everybody with a third song, which was wonderful. You know, what do you guys think? Leave down in the comments down below, if you're not here and you're watching this later, but you know, if you're here in the chat, let me know what do you guys think like was your best SNL moment in the era of SNL, on all of the era of SNL. What was the one Saturday Night Live moment that you sticks out to you and was probably the most hilarious? I think for me, hands down, was my first introduction to SNL, which was a recap of the Da Bears, that the episode where Chris Farley, I think it was Chris Farley, that has a heart attack like multiple times during the skit. So that was probably one that that sticks out to me as like one of the best SNL moments. Also the hot tub with Will Ferrell, that was also really funny. I really liked it. I like SNL. The only thing I don't really like in SNL is some of the is the what is it called, the segment where they're like news anchors. What is that one where they you got wow, Colin Jost and I'm about to butcher his name, and I don't want to butcher his name. Hold on. SNL news segment. What and Che. Yeah, I was about to call him Michael Chai, not Michael Chai, Michael Che. Um, they swap jokes for the most part. Those segments are pretty funny. I just don't like the racial jabs. It kills me every time there's a racial jab going on. I get it. It attracts a lot of people and it keeps people watching, those kind of people watching, but honestly, it gets very uncomfortable for me watching it, and I really can't get into it. But outside of that, like, some of the funniest things have arrived from that segment alone, and there's some iconic things that have happened during that segment throughout the years. So I really do hope. I'll even put it like this way: it can to have a better foundation and believability from what I'm saying about it. Scarlett Johansson even got way beyond angry when they did their segment where they poke at each other, and it's supposed to be funny. It really is, but some public humor, some humor that shouldn't go public should definitely be restrained. And some comedians seem to think that being edgy, is going to feel good putting out there. But I really think it's a moment that you can step away and say, that's a little too far. And we did. Oh, I didn't look, but look, one of the cups is gone. I'm going to take that as an indication to go take a real short break and grab another cup of coffee, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about some more beyond SNL. If you have any friends, family that you would like to help, not help, but bring to the channel, that would be the time to reach out to him and say, hey, he's about to go into the second hour of the show. You should probably come by and check it out. Hope to see more people in the channel today. It'll be really great. But I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go grab a refill of this cup, and I think I'm only gonna do one refill today and sip it kind of these next couple of hours very slowly. Also, if you would like to subscribe and hit the bell, I think it is, and there's this other thing called the like button. If you can hit those, that would be appreciative. I would like to see that sometime today as well, seeing how many people like the show. But I'm gonna go ahead and walk away and transition over to a be right back scene. All right. I'm back. As you can see, with a new shirt on. I think we can all guess what happened to me. I spilled coffee on me. It was a lot to do with the fact that I was not paying attention. And I grabbed a sandwich as well. And while eating the sandwich, I spilled coffee on me. What is it that says on my coffee cup? So I don't spill it again, let me do this slowly. Let the adventure begin. Technical issues. It's a good stream. I want to take a real quick second to also do a shout out. My niece is having her graduation today, so congratulations to her. It's unbelievable how many years has gone past just to know that she is now about to walk across the stage today and become part of the public. But yeah, like and she's growing up to be such a great woman, and I really do wish her a lot of luck. And to be honest, I'm super proud of her. I really am. A lot of the family members are also like trying to like live stream it and everything like that, which is great, and I think it's fantastic. But I'm really proud of her, and I'm really hoping she has a really great day. So congratulations. If you see this later, congratulations. I really wish you the best of luck and a good future, and really good job getting to where you are today. So that's my little message out to her. It's really cool. It's really cool to see like family succeed and develop well, and having that kind of atmosphere continue on. It's so amazing. Okay, now I'm situated, new shirt on. Let's get back into what we were talking about, which was SNL. We kind of left off at SNL. But a couple of other things that are happening this past week. We got, well, one, we had Spider Noir. Lots of things dropping about Spider Noir, which was really great to see. I'm happy to see Nick Cage in it. There's a lot of humor. I feel like there's a lot of, by what I'm seeing, especially like all the cuts that I've been seeing floating around YouTube and such, but like a Deadpool feel to it, especially with the costume design. I feel like there's like this Deadpool mashup with the Noir. Not sure. I'm definitely keeping an eye on that. Let me know what you guys think about it. Do you guys feel like it's the same thing? Let me know in the comments below. But we have also talked earlier this week about the Odyssey that's being created by Christopher Nolan, and this week was not kind at all towards the production of that. there is a growing amount of people who are, for the past month and more so this week, just trashing the build up to the show, or like the actors that are acting in it, some of the things that have been released on, like, some of the scenes that have been released that have been highlighting it just not hitting well, and I've been watching it and I'm like, yeah, that doesn't, man, I don't like that. When I saw the trailer, I was like, man, this looks really good. The first thing that captivated me wasn't the trailer, it was the poster art, which then later I see images come out of who, like, that helmet being worn, and it just doesn't sit well on that individual too. And I'm like, there is a lot of choices in this movie that, I mean, for the Odyssey, I'm talking about Matt Damon is one of my favorite actors, and he really plays vital parts in his shows, in all of the movies that he plays in. And I really do like him. And the Odyssey hits me a bit different because I grew up really respecting the like silent agreement about how Greek mythology is to be represented appropriately. And I mean, you saw that with Troy, Brad Pitt, who didn't want to originally play as Achilles. He didn't want to actually do the movie, but he was put into it. I think it was like an obligation, but he spent like a whole year training for it, getting ready for it, and getting intoned into the character. Some people think is wooden, but I think, a stoic, godlike, mocking character like Achilles, who really didn't believe, even through the mythology, really didn't want to, be Agamemnon's, pet, bulldog. So he did the best he could for his, compatriots, but at the same time, like that portrayal, Troy was a really good example. It had some misses, definite misses in that movie, but for the Odyssey to not like look back on the lineage, and it's just by what we're seeing, like, we could totally be overreacting, like a lot of people have been saying, like, it's just an overreaction. But with everything that's been dropping lately in cinema, coming from Hollywood and coming from the Hollywood grossness, that, I'm sorry, has been just since the pandemic to now, even before the pandemic, there was so many virtue signaling stuff before the pandemic, but really after the pandemic, it's just like nobody can stop me from producing trash. And if the public says it's trash, they're wrong. Here's my numbers that show different. And it's like, yeah, your marketing team put butts in seats, good job. That doesn't make the art that was created good. Let's be really clear about that. That's something that I want to also produce with an old show that I did for a college thing, what's called Entertain the Biz. And I'd actually like to bring that back, because it talks more about how the industry operates and how they use false analytics to show that something was well, and where it's not, and critics that are paid to bolster that as a reality when it really is not. Art is art. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. The audience will always say it, and the audience are always, perspective, not right, but perspective, and something to take away from it. You're not, one person's not gonna like it and the other person's gonna like it, and that's great, and it met that audience well. But when you're talking about mass producing on a cinema scale and slapping the Hollywood title on it, you know, that it was made from a Hollywood studio, you know, that's supposed to hold a lot of weight, and it's starting to lose a lot of it. And Odyssey right now, based on what everybody's been posting and pointing out and so forth like that, it's really not hitting well. It's not, I feel like it's not doing good at all. And some of the people that are chosen for the casting is not good. Like, we do not have to uproot to help meet criterias in the workforce in art. Really does not. Does not need to happen at all. You know, period correctness is period correctness. Period. and getting people to play the part, I go like this. Here's another example: The Gladiator with Russell Crowe. That was a good depiction of taking an actor who plays a versatile amount of roles, like Matt Damon is, and placing him well fitted into the scenes. That is remarkable. Brad Pitt, same thing. Matt Damon, in this one, I really feel like they were captivating a reality to the suspension of disbelief that just didn't really do well whenever you start seeing more and more come out about the project, but the movie. And then people who are just in positions in the movie, and you're just like, what? Why? Now, Nolan did put out a 60-minute interview this week about it. And so my question is to you: do you think Christopher Nolan was the good choice for it? Was him right? Like how we've seen a lot of directors and producers within the industry that they'll do great, they'll have great smash hits, and then all of a sudden tank, like dump, because they get into the Hollywood scene and they like have to fall into some Hollywood corners, or they lose their position and forget that they got there on their own, or maybe they didn't. Maybe they got the hookup and saying, "Oh, we'll let you be free now, but you gotta give it back to us in return." Is that what happened? I don't know, but Christopher Nolan made some great hits, some real great hits. I do. I feel like some of his hits were great, but then this Odyssey, I'm not feeling it. I really am not. Matt Damon being Odysseus, really great choice. I really think that if they did better with the propping of him or the overall visual of him, I think it would have been great. I do think that him being in that position is good and could have been tonal. I'm not sure. We have to see how the Odyssey, when it comes out, it's supposed to come out in June. So by the way, there is no redoing the scenes. There's no going back and fixing any of this. They would have to seriously shut down releasing the movie this year and having it released next year in order to do that. And that means all of the money that's went into marketing, all of the money that went into the festivals, and all the money and efforts that's been going into promoting this would be instant loss. That means no matter what, when that movie comes out, it is not going to make the money. So the Hollywood people that are promoting this and putting it out there, they have to make that choice. Do we just go ahead and release trash and hope it's successful because of our marketers, or it actually turns out to be a really good movie and it's not actually trash because people overreacted? Or do they stop it and go, you know what? We've heard the public. We don't want to put trash out. let's fix this. Recast some positions. Whatever not to appease the public, but to see what the public is saying and actually going and looking at it, looking at it subjectively, not subjectively, looking at it with like you're on the outside looking in and going, oh, yes, this is not going so well. I'm not sure. I really am not sure, because a part of me, like in the business side of things and understanding like how the business side of things is, it's really hard to do that. You can't justify to your investors and the people that put the money into the project, especially the studio that did it. You can't justify them of going. It's no longer like the days of Howard Hughes whenever he did Hell's Angels, that he just could just stop and say, nah, we're gonna just reshoot it all. Too much money these days, and money is really tight for everybody, even the industry. It's really tight for the industry. They're not really going to just be loosey-goosey about it. So that's my take on the Odyssey, of what's been released this week and what's been talked about this week. I really do think that the Odyssey is one of my favorite. But don't let Wishbone outdo it. Like, outdo you. That's all I gotta say. Like, if it releases and it comes out in October, let's hope Wishbone's The Odyssey does not straight up beat out Christopher Nolan's Odyssey. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Wishbone was a TV series that came out, I think it was on PBS. I'd be mistaken. I'd have to, where did it actually come out? Like, lead you guys in the right direction. Wishbone was this little dog that traveled through history and through story of a book. And was played as the main character, and it's a dog that plays the main character of the story. Wishbone, let's see. Wishbone. TV show. What was it from? Was it Nick? Was it who? No, it was PBS. It was PBS. It aired. First episode was 1995. Last episode was in 1997. So it only like produced in a couple of years. But like, Wishbone was a really good. Well, what year was I in? 6th grade. That was like my 6th grade geography teacher. That was her thing. She would show us Wishbone shows as part of the day, and kind of like to give. And it was really good. I think it was really good. It was a really good way to explore literature and have fun doing so, and kind of see it in in a different perspective. Check it out. Wishbone, 2 seasons of it was out. They even did one that was the Odyssey by Homer. And don't let Wishbone outdo the video. Outdo the movie. That was a great production. If it outdoes the Odyssey, I'll literally just shake my head. It's gonna be nuts. Trying to get my support. I'm on the same thing. Like, I keep on wanting to switch windows on, because I got a couple of browsers up in different windows, and I'm just navigating through them. I'll get used to it. I'll get back into the swing of it, guys, gals, peoples. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so something else that happened this week. I've never actually watched this. Let me look it up real quick. The Chai. Season 8 just released. It's on Hulu, so definitely something to check out. And worth mentioning, because this is the season, not just the season finale, but it's the final season of The Chai, and it's a Alina Wythe's Chicago series, and it's wrapping up its 8th season, and it's its final season. It's the longest running black drama in premium cable history, which, congratulations to them for that. That's fantastic. That's awesome. I have heard about the chai or the chi. The chai, the chi, if I'm butchering it, I'm very sorry about it. I haven't watched it myself, but it is worth noting that the longest running black drama in premium cable history is definitely taking its last stand season on Hulu. So check it out. If you have Hulu, go and check it out. Watch all the episodes from start to finish and enjoy that final season. And congratulations to everybody who built that show. Congratulations to all the actors and actresses that worked hard getting that show. And I hope that you guys are moving on to bigger and better projects and more entertainment for the masses and enjoying your next step forward. So it's also on Paramount Plus. That's what it said. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna pull up Paramount right now. It says it's on Paramount Plus as well. Yeah, it is. Sure enough, right there it is. I don't want to get copyright struck, so, but yeah, the chai or chi is definitely going into there. Let me get out of. Oh no, it's gonna do that. Don't do that. Well, yeah, obviously you can tell that I like Star Trek. I'm a Trekkie. But yeah, check it out. Even on there, is it just showing me the wrong thing on Google? Because it doesn't show. Oh, it does show Paramount Plus, Amazon Prime, YouTube TV, Fandango, Apple TV. All those pretty nice places to have it. You know, I hope you guys have a great time watching that episode or that season. Although I really do think that like the Spider Noir, I wonder if this is really a good. Was this a good year to bring out Spider Noir? I'm trying to think about it, or like at least having it come out in May. I hope it really fits into like, well, we'll know next week. I think, right? Next week. I hope I can be able to go watch it. It might not be on the 27th that I go watch it. So we might talk about like how it's doing and kind of like set up on the 29th when we have You, Me, and Mr. Coffee again. And we might talk about some of like what you guys think of it. I'd love to if you had saw it on the 27th or the 28th. When we show up on the 29th, let's talk about it. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let's not throw out too many spoilers on the first day, but like hopefully during the weekend I'll be able to go and watch it. I got a lot of stuff going on this week and a lot of things that I want to take care of, so or that week, and so I kind of got to manage my time a little bit better, especially whenever it comes to like some of the medical things that I got to do. But yeah, like I'll probably not this weekend, but obviously, but the weekend following, go and watch it and come back on the 1st of June with what how I felt about the movie. And it'll be actually my first movie in the cinema that I've seen in almost a year. I've been so busy and I've been so like tied up in throwing all my money into this project that I just haven't had the time. And it'll be really cool. Spider Noir, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. And I like Nicolas Cage. Not as much as Matt Damon, but I do like Nick Cage, and he's come out with a lot of good movies over the years, and he's definitely one of my favorites for sure. Well, who is your guys' favorite actor or actress? Put out in the comments down below. We're putting in the chat here while we're live. Like what actor you hoped that can put out something big this year or next year? click on something that was about I don't know if it's AI that I'm looking at, but it's like a looks very mature version of Teen Titans. And that very... Oh, is there like a new Teen Titans? That's something that's new? I'm gonna look more into this. Not sure. Hopefully that's something Teen Titan related that I can look into. I've always liked Teen Titans, especially like my favorite Teen Titan is Beast. Not Beast. Beast Boy. Beast Boy was always my favorite Teen Titan. If you're just now tuning in or you've been watching for a while, don't hesitate to say something inside of the chat. I'd appreciate it. Be able to interact with you guys. The whole point is the show is to be able to interact with you and enjoy some of that moments. I know that we're just fresh starting out and that this is more of a tech demo anyways, but you know, working out the kinks and stuff, but I'd still like to hear from you guys and see how your week has been and how you plan to do something during the weekend. It's definitely going to be exciting to see how you guys are going to definitely do things this weekend. Oh, hey, have you guys, who here, I'm a big sci-fi buff, but at the same time, I am a space enthusiast. I really like how we're trying to move towards moving into space and all that kind of stuff. But 2 weeks ago, the Pentagon drops like 160 videos and pictures of declassified UFO stuffs, like UAPs. They call them UAPs. And like some of the things were pretty interesting. Like, I wouldn't say that we're too off the wall, and my science brain goes into like hardcore mode when watching it. There's a lot of images that have like rushing background that people don't understand. That's just a relative issue, like a pivoting or parallaxing issue. And I feel like it could have been a balloon for all I know. But there is some interesting, hard to understand images that I was like, I really don't understand how they could have like captured it, and whether it was anything to do with you know, something that we could create. Like, they were pretty questionable. So like, you know, what do you believe about it? Like, do you think it could be extraterrestrial stuff? Remember, UAP does not mean extraterrestrial, by the way. Even though the Pentagon and our own president and everything like that. Everybody has come out, even in the Senate and and so much like that here in the U.S. has come out and said, yes, we have definitive proof, not definitive proof, but we have definitive reasonable thought that UFOs, these UAPs are, possibly examples of extraterrestrial life coming to visit us. But then you got like other people inside of the science community going, it's just it's just, for us, it's unfathomable how people could be able to move across the stars and stuff like that, and they just are dismissing it as exactly what it is. You aren't able to identify it, so not to jump into being that it's extraterrestrial, but it's just like, it's just an object you can't depict, you can't understand at the moment of why it's there, but it's there. And it could be balloons can do it, especially with IR cameras. It's hard to really pick up what's what. I also would like to mention that military aircrafts have for the longest time not always resorted to with night vision or with vision entirely, using white to dark or dark to white imagery. Like, there is, even from as early as the 90s and beyond, around the world, fighter jets, and not just fighter jets, but like other aircraft have used color imagery to show it. And I don't think I saw anything color related that was there, but it's just like, we're, weirdly enough, we don't have any of that. It's just like a lot of imagery that keeps our mind wandering, and a good murder mystery kind of still. Like, these images are more like a mystery guidance thing. And I don't know, what do you guys think about them releasing these images and not really focusing on too much of where the believability could be going in the direction and the intent that it was even that it came out, like being very clear that, I mean, it did say in places that very clear that these are unidentified aerial phenomena, but it's not saying extraterrestrial, or it is terrestrial. Maybe it is from Terra itself, being our planet. Which, by the way, like, how many of you actually grew up learning that Earth, the third rock from the sun, is actually named, it has its own name, and it had been widely used as Terra or Terran, and we were Terrans. We are Terrans in our solar system. Sol being the name of our star. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Like, Earth is the only one that we currently use as not the correct name, but we use all the correct terminology names that we took from Greek mythology and all that kind of stuff. But Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mercury, Venus, it's supposed to be Mercury, Venus, Terran, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. I haven't been too many times there. Hold on. Mercury, Sol, because I said Sol. Sol, Mercury, Venus, Terran, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Yeah. Like, and then of course Pluto being the dwarf planet that's out there among a lot of dwarf planets that are out there. Even is Sirius a dwarf planet? Is that a dwarf planet? Is that considered a dwarf planet? It's pretty big. It's actually massive for any object out there. But like, I grew up knowing that there's Earth, that everybody calls Earth, and we kept on just saying the moon, but it's actually Terra and Luna. Like, just like how we call all the other planets by a name, our Earth actually has a name. It's Terra. And our moon has a name. It's Luna. Our star, our sun that we keep on calling our sun, it actually has a name. That's Sol. S-O-L. Not shit out of luck, but Sol. You know, that's our star. I think that we should start interpreting that like these days. Like, I don't know why we're the only ones that think we need to call Earth Earth. Earth is actually the soil. We call that Earth. Like the Earth of Mars, like the actual soil of Mars. I don't know, I might be splitting unneeded split hairs at that point, but I don't know. It's funny. It's definitely funny stuff. I do think that we should call it Terra. I think that we should call it Terra. We do. There has been also, not talks, but it was just recently announced that Life is Strange is becoming a TV series via Amazon. Life is Strange is like is a video game, and I think it was also a book. Isn't there a book? Life is Strange. Isn't there like literature on Life is Strange? But it's like another one of those movie to cinema or movie to TV. Oh, what was the other one? That had Pascal in it. Last of Us. So it's like how The Last of Us is. So they're taking the video game IP, which the Outer Exodus, that's what we're going to intend to do, is to put it on TV, put it on movies, put it on all sorts of types of media, but we're starting with video games. But yeah, Life is Strange is going to be moving over to Amazon Plus or Amazon Prime, and they're going to be creating that into a TV show that was just announced. That's amazing. I've heard a lot of great things from that game. The people that enjoyed the story. Oh, I was looking up to see if it had a book. Yeah, Life is Strange has a book. I knew it had to have had it. But yeah, Life is Strange. I think it was originally a book, right? It was originally a book. It was put into a video game, and now it's going into TV. Hey, that's cool. I'm excited to see where that goes. It's definitely going to be something else to kind of keep on the radar and see how that goes. I do like when I'm doing the Outer Exodus project and how I'm building it out and everything like that, I have kept that all in mind. Like, if I'm gonna make something here, every type of media that you could buy, it's like having like a round table, and you're sitting there, and every type of media is around that around that table. And whenever I create something new, I want it to be able to be seen, or at least be knowledgeable moving forward in those spaces. So, and that's the biggest part about that that's hard is whenever you have an IP like that, you already have a product that's out there, and it's already generating content, and it's already generating story. When you put another story out there, and it has to somehow communicate, and then when you have a third one and a fourth one, that you're adding stories on a scale all the way around, and you can't go in the back in the past, because if you did that and you changed something or you added something, it's not going to filter through the rest. It's not going to go in the world. Or if you leap too far in the future to an event and you forget to add something that doesn't make sense. So everything has to, I really do think that going forward, the way we're building the Outer Exodus project is going to keep everything in that moment as best as possible when you're producing and when we're producing and creating, so that we don't have any timeline issues or doing like a multi universe. I really don't want to get into a multi universe with this the Outer Exodus universe. I really don't want to do that. I want to avoid that as much as possible. Inevitable to be inevitable, but I'm not agreeing to ever, while I'm in charge of that project, while I'm creating that project from the start until the day I hand it off, I'm not going to do I don't feel like I'm going to do a multi-universe. If I do it, man, there had to been something, something really compelling to get me to do that. And not in a means, never in a means to fix narratives. Ever. If a narrative is broken, it's a broken canon, and I'm in the great business of going, we put out something that had broken canon, and we are scrubbing it, and it will just disappear. I feel like that's the best course. Or we go in and we fix it. We bring the actors and actresses back, and we fix those scenes as they are intended to fix that moment, and then redistribute, because I don't think we're going to be putting out any like physical copies of things. Like, you're not going to have like a physical video in your hand to put into a DVD player or anything like that. It's all going to be on streaming network. It's all going to be put on downloadable content onto your computer, or computer PC, or ran off of your Xbox, whatever. When it gets to those kind of peripherals. But yeah, I don't really think that I'm gonna build something like that for that reason. I'm actually watching it this time. We got like less than a minute, and we'll see. Oh wait, too much. We'll see coffee cup disappear, hopefully. I want to actually see it this time. I'm really, I know that I'm over exaggerating this point to this, but I'm really excited on this idea of doing this. I've never done it. And it's really gonna be fun to see those coffee cups, as they should boop and disappear. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. Maybe it's 8:01 that it disappears. It's 8 right now here. There's also another asset that's going to be built for Monday's show that's going to show the different time zones. So if you have me up on your screen and you want to keep an eye on the clock, your time zone clock is going to be up there as well. There he goes. Hey, it's gone. So yeah, I think it's just a little bit of a delay. So it may be like 8:01 for you guys when you see, or not 8:01, but like what everybody else gets at. But yeah, man, I'm so super excited about building something like that. That's really great. An interactive screen that does something specific. That's the direction I'm trying to go at with some of the content that I'm building here. Future, a lot of this dark space, especially on Monday, a lot of this dark space is going to be filled up with different stuff, and give it a little bit more life. It's not going to be this dark black screen and just be like an image of me in the center with, you know, random information. It's going to be a little bit more livelier than this. Come on to Monday show. There's a whole lot of development that's going to be going on this weekend and into the next week, and getting us on track and moving forward. But yeah, you're getting to see the raw deal of something getting created over time. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Really, I'm enjoying it a lot. I mean, it's had its frustrating moments, as everything else does when you're recreating something brand new. There's, you know, people do streaming all over the place, but whenever you're creating a show from scratch and you're really trying to get it to work and meet your public and really have a brand image that you respect, and you're doing it with AI, and you don't I don't have like a full production team and engineering team to do all this. I don't have like huge amount of artists that are putting my stuff together, and I don't have like somebody editing my videos that will go up later. So you're seeing a lot of things that are raw and uncut and really in the moment, that I hope that over time will get people involved in wanting to be a part of the project and elevating it to those spaces, for sure. You know, let the adventure begin. Adventures start here and end there. I'll also be integrating some live chat stuff. Give me a second. Trying to read an email real quick. All right. You have definitely heard enough of that. Let's hear I'm starting to feel like that there is a similarity when you like generically just put something into the chat, into that space to like build something in Suno, that it just has like this or like that da 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 da. It's kind of different. This one's kind of different. I can start hearing. I'm starting to hear a lot of people from the offices moving about outside. So be interesting to see if 9 o'clock is, if we can be able to do 3-hour shows every Monday to Friday. Because the last thing I want to do is I don't want to be making people who are coming in the morning and doing like their interviews and doing their meetings and such like that. I don't want to be I don't want to be interrupting their progress. Be a good person for that. Yeah, those prompts did not go well for that purpose.
Today's lesson: beware of politicians like John Erickson. Erickson
Wow.
threatened to remove a public safety commissioner, making a clear and direct threat.
This is one of the things I hate about California. I really do. And it's maybe not just California, but it's where I'm at right now. I am being bombarded with political crap every day. It's crap. It's just crap. None of those people that are like up for election really do care about anything other than the money that they're getting. And some of them have some great things that they're trying to be a part of, but they're really trashing their reputation in this past couple of weeks. I don't like to get political on this channel, but dang, right now it is annoying in our nation, and something needs to happen to where it's not in our face 24 hours a day. I really would like to go maybe 4 or 5 days without one political thing in front of my face. And it's not about being an adult either. It really isn't. It's not about being an adult. It's about I have more things going on in my life than the places where I'm trying to ingest news and media throwing propaganda in my face that's government propaganda. So annoying. Alright, enough of that. Get this back running. Let me just do this. Let me just play some of the music that we were playing during the stream that we had a couple of days ago. Let me know what you guys think about this type of music. I'm gonna some pretty lively music going on there. I didn't want to. That's actually not good for our stream. That's not sipping coffee music. Nope. You see how it's like when you create something, and I mean, I know it's giving me a double to kind of like try different things out, but it's like I don't like it. Let's actually make something new. Let's make something new to listen to. That's kind of like lo-fi. Let's do some island Let's get away from our office a little bit. Let's go on an adventure someplace, like an island adventure. Adventure. Soft tones. Calm beats. And slow builds to soft to smooth pace. Also, some of the things that you might see in the future on this show will be where I will be doing some work in the morning as well. We'll have a little bit of like music playing in the background, and I'll be like maybe writing an email or two while I'm doing this, especially whenever we go full into the production of the Outer Exodus project, and I'm going to be busy all day, all morning, Monday and Fridays. And we may have to shift the show to being like a late afternoon show, like an afternoon show, so that we can get people that are just about to end their shift and getting into the second half of their day, because I'll be too busy in the morning. That's not anytime soon, but that is a dream. The dream. I have this like this imagery in my head that I'm trying to see if I can capture with Suno. Is you're laying in a hammock, you've got your catamaran out there, anchored, and you brought your dinghy ashore with a hammock. You stretched it between two trees, and you're sitting there and you're listening to some music that feels good and doesn't make you sleepy, but it's enough to kind of make you relax and enjoy. Maybe read a book, or closing your eyes for a bit, or just enjoying the breeze, hearing the waves crash on there. I think when, especially for people who work in the office, it's kind of like that vision of escape, is that island. And in the 90s and early 2000s, a lot of the movies, you'll always see somebody who is an office worker, their vacation is somewhere tropical on an island. I wholeheartedly believe that's something like in working in an office now, going from being a firefighter in the Marine Corps and now working in an office. Yeah, sometimes I remember those tropical days on Okinawa and Thailand, of being on a ship and being in the middle of the ocean, or on the east coast of North Carolina, near Havelock and the Emerald Isle, or here in California on the beach side. Definitely would love to go. I won't be able to surf in the future, but boogie boarding at least do some body surfing. Let's hear what it got. It got me to. Let's listen in and see if it's something good for the stream. Like I can imagine myself in the hammock. Yeah, I like that. Good build. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this good? That's really good. I like that. I don't think there's a lot needs to be changed with this beginning. It's really nice. I like it. Back off the sound just a little bit because I don't want it to like overpower my voice too much. I think this is good. It is going. Something in my eye. I swear I'm not tearing up, man. I had like an eyelash like go right into my eye. Poke me right in my eye. Do you guys believe that like 2026 is like the new 2016? Like that's been a big thing going on, I think, on TikTok and Instagram lately. Is like the nostalgia of, you know, is everywhere. Like everything's remembering 2016. Oh, I know that this is actually the year. This is my high school's 20-year anniversary is this year. I haven't actually checked this. You know, I'm gonna take the time right now to go check to see. Briggs. Going to the Brig. Okay. See if my old high school. Yeah, I don't think anybody's actively setting up for our reunion, our 20-year reunion. Mind you, a lot of people have passed from my graduating class since graduation day. So that is a thing. Which is unfortunate, but I'll have to check that sometime today because, you know, what's got me thinking about it is because today is my my niece's graduation. She graduates this. That is, wow. I don't think my brother really realized that 20 years to the year later, his daughter graduates her high school. My niece, 20 years later, after I graduate high school, she graduates high school. Like, on the year. Like, that is a rarity. I would think. That's crazy. That's awesome. I am so proud of her. Also, like, I am a proud uncle. Like, I will say that I have been a distant uncle. I will admit that. I have not been adamantly in her life. Like, I was not an uncle that was always there or anything like that, or have been there for her, because of my military career and everything, dealing with my family and the separation, just being away from family and stuff. But I still, she's still my niece. I still love her. She's an amazing young woman, and I really do hope she has a great future ahead of her as she's moving forward. And I'm so proud of her today. She's graduating today. She's walking across the stage today. So I'm really happy about that. That's amazing. I do wish her the best of luck. I forget what when that's supposed to be. I'm gonna text somebody about that. But yeah, that's so cool. It's so cool. To be in a phase of my life where that's a reality, where I have a niece or nephew that is graduating. I do not know who that is out there, but somebody is banging around. Let's check this other song out. It normally is not like that. Like, stomping through the hallways and like letting things bang around in the building. I've not experienced that too much. I mean, I've heard it before, but like, people walk by constantly all the time and you never hear them. This person's like heavy-footed, like thung, 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 like really driving their heel into the floor to maybe keep themselves up or something. But jeez, enough to feel the vibration in the room. That's how bad that was. Like, you trying to make your presence known or something? Like, what up, dude? But banging around inside of here is not the answer. That first song was not bad. I really liked how that, the melodically, how it, melody was and how it moved through things. This is the other version of it to see if it, which side that we actually like the most. But it's really good. Like that little shaking going on. I've been totally saying that it's today for the graduation, and it's not. It's tomorrow. Bruh. I mean tomorrow. Ugh. I am hoping that every one of you are having a great morning. Those of you watching this video a bit later, I hope you had a great day and that you're enjoying some of the conversations that we've had going on. Some of the topics that have been going on. I wouldn't say conversations because we haven't had a conversation yet, but with some of the topics that have been going on today, I really hope you guys have been enjoying. Let me know. Say something in the comments down below. I'll definitely love to read the comments later and during this weekend and try to, answer as many as comments as I could possibly get to during the week. I'm hoping to have a great show up on Monday. That'll be awesome. Make sure that you do bring friends, tell people about the show. I'm reaching out as to many people as I can possibly do, but it'll be great to see that we get a bunch of people in to the show and we get to enjoy a couple other things. But it's 8:30 and we really haven't had a lot of engagement. We've gotten a lot of things fixed. We started off rough, but we finally got around to it. Normally the show goes for 3 hours long, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it a bit short today. I really need to get some stuff done. And I really want to take what we've learned from the show today and apply it to the future show on Monday, and then try to take a little bit more time this morning to work on not just this production but tomorrow's production as well, tomorrow's show, and then find out what is this stomping going on. I almost feel like at this point it's intentional. Somebody's walking past my office and stomping down the hallway. Which is kind of annoying. Not to be frustrated, but that's kind of annoying me. But yeah, I really do hope you guys are having a great weekend. This is going to be the last weekend that's going to be like a full weekend for everybody. Next weekend is Memorial Day weekend. I hope you guys are enjoying the week and so forth. But I'm going to go ahead and cut the show here. And I hope to see you guys soon. Have a great rest of your day and enjoy your weekend. Without further ado, I'm XO. Oh, and by the way, a couple of people that I would like to reach out to. Love you guys. You're always in my thoughts and you're always here. So for everybody else, you're in my thoughts as well. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Xyler and out.